Packaged cookies like Oreos and Chips Ahoy are often marketed as fun, nostalgic treats, something to enjoy with a glass of milk, share with friends, or reach for when you're in need of a sweet fix. They're shelf-stable, easy to store, and widely available, making them an almost effortless indulgence. But behind the cheerful packaging and familiar taste lies a long list of ultra-processed ingredients that make these cookies far more harmful than they appear. What seems like a harmless snack can quietly undermine your health, especially when it becomes a regular part of your diet. The first and most obvious issue is the massive sugar content. A small serving of Oreos, just 3 cookies, contains about 14 grams of sugar. Chips Ahoy is in the same range. But most people don't stop at just 3. It's not hard to double or triple that amount without even thinking, especially when the cookies are designed to be addictive. This kind of high sugar intake spikes your blood glucose quickly, leading to a crash that often triggers further cravings. Over time, this pattern contributes to insulin resistance, weight gain, increased belly fat, and eventually raises the risk of type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. The sugar doesn't just affect your waistline. It disrupts your energy levels, your focus, and even your mood, with studies linking high-sugar diets to anxiety and depression. The fat content is no better. These cookies are loaded with processed oils, often palm oil, soybean oil, or even partially hydrogenated oils in some varieties. While trans fats have been officially banned in many countries, trace amounts may still be present through loopholes or manufacturing residues. The saturated fats used are rarely of the high-quality kind you'd find in Whole Foods. Instead, they're refined, shelf-stable oils that increase inflammation and contribute to poor cholesterol profiles when consumed in excess. The combination of high sugar and unhealthy fat creates a metabolic cocktail that's especially damaging over time. Then there's the issue of ingredient quality. Despite their innocent appearance, cookies like Oreos and Chips Ahoy often contain more than 20 ingredients, many of them unrecognizable or artificial. Emulsifiers, stabilizers, artificial flavors, and colorings are used to achieve the perfect taste, texture, and appearance. None of these contribute any real nutrition. They're there to manipulate the product and make it irresistible. The cocoa in Oreos, for example, is often processed with alkali, a technique known as Dutching, which strips away much of its natural antioxidant content. What's left is flavor, but not the beneficial compounds that dark chocolate is sometimes praised for. Another serious concern is how easily these cookies encourage overconsumption. They're small, light, and designed to be eaten quickly, which makes portion control extremely difficult. And because they lack fiber, protein, or any real nutritional bulk, they don't satisfy hunger. They actually make you want more. That's no accident. Foods like these are engineered for what's known as vanishing caloric density, where you consume calories quickly without feeling full, leading to mindless overeating. It's a recipe for calorie overload and nutrient deficiency at the same time. The long-term effects of habitual consumption are nothing to shrug off. Regularly eating ultra-processed snacks like these can increase inflammation, damage gut health, and contribute to a weakened immune system. Studies have consistently linked diets high in ultra-processed foods to higher rates of obesity, heart disease, cancer, and early death. Even if you eat a generally healthy diet, adding in packaged cookies on a regular basis can quickly offset those benefits. They provide calories but no real sustenance, just a temporary hit of pleasure followed by a crash. These cookies are also targeted heavily at children, making them even more concerning. Kids who grow up eating them frequently are more likely to develop preferences for sweet, processed foods and may struggle later in life to adopt healthier eating habits. These early preferences lay the groundwork for poor dietary patterns that can be hard to break. What starts as an occasional after-school treat can become a daily habit that affects health well into adulthood. There's also an ethical and environmental cost that's rarely considered. Palm oil, which is commonly used in these cookies, has been linked to deforestation, habitat destruction, and unethical labor practices. So while the product may be cheap and convenient, the true cost, both to the planet and to public health, is much higher than it seems. In moderation, packaged cookies might seem like a simple indulgence, but they are far from harmless. Their design, ingredients, and nutritional profile make them one of the most deceptive foods on the shelf. They offer pleasure in the moment but chip away at health slowly, making it harder to feel energized, maintain a healthy weight, or eat well overall. The occasional treat won't destroy your health, but when a food is this processed and easy to overeat, it doesn't take much for it to become more of a liability than a pleasure. The next time you reach for that familiar blue or red package, it's worth asking, what are you really eating, and what is it really doing for you?